Hello, my name is Andrew Belargin, and I'm aiming to blindfold run through Dark Souls 2. Now, to quickly clarify, I'm only doing boss fights. I'm not doing whole areas. I mean, fuck me. Can you imagine, like, Shrine of Amana or Frigid Outskirts? But it wouldn't even be about the difficulty or how tedious it would be. It'd be just me memorizing everything and then just kind of going through it. And I don't really feel like that's like skill. You know, I feel like these runs are best when we get to the good stuff. You know, the bosses. So I'm only going to be doing bosses. Probably not going to be doing areas unless this run goes smoother than I'm expecting. The Last Giant, the game's de facto tutorial boss. The thought of having a strategy video for experienced players in this guy is kind of funny because, like most bosses in Dark Souls 2, this guy is just no problem. If you have any experience at all, this guy is a piece of cake. But, of course, the nature of this run is going to make this fight, and by extension every single other fight in the game, a lot more interesting. It is very conceivable that this takes me some tries to really get used to, because again, I can't see the fucker when I put this thing on, which I will obviously be putting on when I go through that door. So, it's actually convenient that the Last Giant is my first boss, because, fortunately for me, even though I can't see him, I can hear him really easily. Think about it. He's running around, he's stomping, he's making huge footstep noises, and also, every time he goes to attack, he's like, "Rah!" Then he, stomps or swings or whatever he was doing. So it's going to be a nice way for me to, like, kind of get settled in a little bit with what will, I would imagine, almost definitely be the easiest boss of this playthrough. Now, I'm only going to be uploading the video of the successful run. I really hope Last Giant doesn't take me too long, but there will be bosses that probably kill me a lot, and I just don't really see the value in uploading, like, a potentially hour or even hours long video of me just getting my ass whooped. So, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be just trying it, sort of off camera, and uploading the successful attempts. So, once I get done with this video, I'm going to go off camera, fight him, or rather, like, off stream. I'm going to keep the camera on, obviously, or what's the fucking point? I'm going to go off stream and fight him with this thing on, and when I eventually conquer him, I'll have the video uploaded. Real quick, about my build, I'm going quality build. Definitely can't afford to go spellcaster this go around. I want to make the build as simplistic as possible, because I don't really want to be shifting throughout my hotbar, because I can't see what I'm switching to. So I ideally just want to keep it as simple as possible. Weapon in my hand is the Hyde Knight Sword. I did go over to Hyde's Tower of Flame to farm the knights with the hopes that they would drop me their weapon. I did not want to join the Covenant of Champions to do it. Thankfully, I'm not joking, my last spawn, the last night before I had drained them all, he finally dropped me the damn sword. And, of course, killing all of those knights gave me more than enough souls to level up, and this is what I got going on right now. It's kind of funny because this would be hilariously overleveled for the Last Giant on a normal run, but again, obviously this is anything but a normal run. I did go with Explorer for my starting class. The only reason being it starts with 12 adaptability, so I was able to get that up to 20 pretty quickly. I want to keep Vigor and adaptability in sort of like the same bracket up until I bring adaptability to 39, which I will be doing this playthrough. Definitely wouldn't be going that high with adaptability on a normal playthrough, but I'm going to be going solely off of auditory cues, which is going to significantly reduce my precision. So, I'm going to truck in some points into adaptability to hopefully cover my ass in that regard. I did get the Hyde Sword up to +1. I did a little bit of exploring as well of the Forest of Fallen Giants, namely the Pharos Lockstone area, under that area with all those ballistae, and if you don't know, that gave me the Life Ring and the Chloranthy Ring. Conveniently, as the Explorer, I just straight up started with the Pharos Lockstone in my inventory, so I didn't even have to pay the 4,000 souls to Melentia for that. speaking of Melentia, I did purchase the key and a whole bunch of life gems and human effigies so I could get this Covetous Silver Serpent ring. Probably going to be using that ring for a while. I figured till mid to late game. And then, yeah, this is just a piece of shit throwaway ring because I got nothing better. Yep, rocking the Seldra set for souls. I got a +1 Hide Knight sword. Got a good bit of life gems and Estus flasks. Now, some rules about this run before I head off to go and give it some goes. Number one, obviously, all boss fights blindfolded. I'm not allowed to try any boss without a blindfold on. And number two, I will not be summoning. I will not be summoning real players. I will not be summoning NPCs. Simple reason, I don't really think you can call AI technically blindfolded, as they don't really see, and obviously randos aren't going to just suddenly think to randomly throw on a blindfold, so no one is capable of following that rule number one for this playthrough, so I will not be summoning any of them, but I am allowing myself to receive drops. So, like, I'll probably be duplicating human effigies at some point, because I'm probably going to run out if I don't. I at least would imagine. And I'm not against duping other stuff. I don't have anything in mind at the moment. I don't know, maybe weapon materials, or not the materials themselves, but like maybe the weapon. You know, I'm not against that. I'm not against getting drops because it technically doesn't break rule number one, which is really just the only important rule of this run, is that all bosses must be fought blindfold. Receiving help in the form of drops does not break that rule, so I'm going to allow that. Probably not going to do it, I guess, all that much. I mean, how much could I really need, right? But, yeah, simply put, blindfold for all bosses, no summons. I am probably going to aim to do all bosses, which includes real fucking winners like the Royal Rat, Vanguard, Authority, goddamn Dark Lurker, and a lot of them. You know, some of them are a bit tedious to get to. For optional bosses, because a couple of them are going to give me fits. For instance, Executioner's Chariot is going to be a fucking nightmare blindfolded, but I don't actually have to fight them to progress the game. So I might go back to bosses like that, just hilariously overleveled. I don't know. I'm going to play it by ear. I might try Chariot just a couple times at a reasonable level, just to see if I have a shot. That's going to be a real rough one, but yeah. Pretty much just going to play through the game casually, just provided that all bosses are fought blindfold. That's pretty much the gist of it. And on that note, I will go ahead and give The Last Giant a shot. I will upload the video as soon as I'm successful.